Yo, 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 how's everyone doing today? Welcome to Torrens the Storm. I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are. My name is Thomas Gaffney. I'm your host, and this is where we talk about business, Bitcoin, and bullshit. Today, I have with me a super cool guest. His name is Lukas Stefan. He is the co-founder of OCIswap. It is the first decentralized exchange on the Radix platform. Going to be launching sometime in Q1 2023. I'm super excited to have him on. Everyone get hyped up, get ready to go. Yeah. Lukas, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Thank you so much for having me as well. So greetings from Germany. So I'm not a native, but I try my best with my English.
There you go. So
yeah. So I'm, like you said, now in the meantime, co-founder from OCIswap. I really cannot get that, but it's the truth. Yeah. So I actually found Radix 1 year ago in May. So it's quite a short but a amazing journey for me. And so I actually started with my node. It's called a Staatenlos node. So
what is it called? Can you pronounce that again?
So in German it's said Staatenlos node.
Okay.
In English you would say Staatenlos node, something like that. So
cool.
Pronounced like that. So it's also a German word.
Yeah.
So I actually started with that around October last year. So with my partner Christoph Heuermann, he's also the guy who runs that blog with the same name called staatenlos.ch.
Okay.
So, and he's a perpetual traveler. So he's traveling the world. He wants to visit every country in the world. And he actually will do that this year. So he's just missing 3-4 countries.
Wow, so that's really cool.
So
cool.
Quite a lot already.
Quite the world traveler then, right? Or at least your partners.
So my partner, yes.
Cool. So you said you found Radix about a year ago in May of 2021. How'd that happen? Did you just stumble upon it, or?
Yeah, sure. That's also related to Christoph Heuermann. So he's, I don't know actually how he got involved in Radix. Maybe you hear it from some secret sources. I don't know. But he one day he wrote Facebook posting something about the next big thing after Ethereum, blah blah blah, and he had a good pick before about a coin. I don't know, Pirate Chain something. And that blowed up afterwards. He mentioned it, so that was the second thing he mentioned was Radix. So I get very interested about that because the first pick I missed that opportunity. And afterwards I started to research that project. So I don't like to FOMO in something directly.
Smart.
So I did my research.
Very smart.
I did my research, and it was actually the first time after 2017 I really fall into a project that in love maybe is a big word.
That works.
Yeah, so it catched me extremely. So
excited. You got excited about it.
I get very excited about it. So I read through all the stuff, white paper, and of course the Cerberus stuff was so amazing for me. So that was really a good pick in my opinion afterwards. So and he was also the man who asked afterwards. He's interested in running a node for his own project with the same name. So who's maybe interested in co-partnering up. So the guy who managed the server and all the stuff and the community behind it. So I thought about it for a couple of months actually. So that was also the reason why we started quite late with the node. So the mainnet started last year in July, I think.
Yeah,
and we started in October, so 2 months afterwards. And already the top 100 nodes were quite set up. And I think the top 100 node had already 6 million XRD stake. So we had to go a mile to got to the honeypot. So
you had to work your way up there, right? So what's your we'll dive into the top 100 a little bit, but what's your background? Are you an engineer or like marketing guy? What's your role with OCI?
Actually, I'm in Germany. I'm a salesperson, so I've been into IT sales quite most of the time.
Okay.
So I had all my trainee here as well. So afterwards I worked normal 9 to 5, and Christos was also the reason why I stopped this usual stuff in 2017.
Yeah.
And I stopped that all and packed my bag for world travel. So I've been to a world travel for actually 3 years then, from 2017 to 2020, with my girlfriend together, and it was also an amazing time, journey, and experience. And I met him also there in person, in Colombia, in Thailand, in Vienna. So.
Cool.
That was
Thailand?
Also,
Thailand fun?
Yeah, great. Especially, of course, the Co Islands I like the most. So we stayed quite long in Copenhagen, in Koh Tao, and so on. So it was great.
That sounds really fun. I mean,
yeah.
I actually spent 6 months in China. I was in Beijing, and I didn't get to go down to Southeast China, but a lot of my friends did, just because I was working like crazy. I was working at a merger and acquisition law firm over there, and we were doing a bunch of projects, and so I was working about 100 hours a week. So, but still got to travel the country of China a little bit. So it was pretty cool. But it's a really cool part of the world over there. Very different from here. And
I missed that country.
Yeah.
So
cool. So like you said, you're the founder of OCI, co-founder. Co-founder of OCI. And so tell us a little bit about some of the challenges right now that you're facing, because right now there aren't currently smart contracts on the Radix protocol that's coming in Babylon. And with the current market conditions, how is OCI facing that challenge? Maybe give like just a broad overview of kind of what OCI is and what you're trying to achieve.
So maybe I need to start a bit earlier to how I get involved in all that stuff.
Go for it.
It wasn't actually my idea or concept, so that's maybe So after I run that node, people in the Radix German community, in the Telegram group, actually contacted me.
Okay.
So Marco, especially, he had the idea and the concept, the logo design, everything already set up with the cute cat and so on.
Everyone loves the cat.
Also already got Florian Pieper involved as the head developer. So he's, I think, masterpiece already in the Radix community. So very well known and yes, really trusted guy. And so as I heard about that, so they are interested that I can join that team. I don't think I not even thought about it one hour or something. I instantly said yes. That's a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
And also for me, it was an honor that they asked me, actually. So I'm also not that experienced before in the crypto sphere. It was sale and traveling and also all that stuff. But that is definitely for me the first huge challenge to be a co-founder or to really start such a big business. And yes, so I'm still so excited about it every day. So I just don't stop all my stuff. I started already in May last year. So I tweet every day stuff about Radix, about OCIswap, about everything. And also joined one in Miami, what's the English word for that?
Miami, the conference?
The conference, right? Sorry.
There you go. No, you're good. You're good. Hey, absolutely.
Yes, so that was my first experience with real life with real people from the Radix community, meet up with them, also talk with randoms about Radix. So it's really amazing. I really like that. It's really a pleasure for me. So, and also definitely to be early in something is maybe also a good opportunity for us. So we actually said, some people don't like that claim, but to say we are the first project of something, of course, Okay, but
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
actually the first announced project, so we get our head out first. So of course, other projects also come up. That's great. I really like to be that many people are building on Radix. Also, many other DEXs and other projects. That's everything is important to have some demand for Radix and for everything to appreciate. So
absolutely.
yeah, that's my part is obviously mostly marketing and community building and yes, be the guy who talks.
Be the guy who talks. Hey, and you're very well spoken. I mean, how many languages do you speak?
Just German and English. So
German and English.
After my school career, my English was extremely bad. I had what's in USA you have from A to F, right?
The grading system.
Grading system. In Germany it's from 1 to 6, so 6 is worse. And I had trouble to reach 4, but mostly 5s. So it was really bad. Yeah. And I actually started learning English after my school career with my first travel to Australia directly after it. So I've been to Australia for half a year. So that was my first real practice.
I mean, that's the best way to learn, right? Like I said, when I was in China, so I was learning Mandarin before I went over there. And I can barely speak it now, but the best way to really learn a language is just kind of to immerse yourself into the culture, into a country that speaks that language. So you're just kind of forced to learn how to communicate, right? And so
that's definitely my way to learn. Yes. So
kind of learn by trial by fire, right?
Yeah. Like this interview now, so it's also practice for me as well. So,
yeah, it's great. That's how it goes.
Thank you so much.
We can always practice, man. I love talking with people and especially cool people like yourself, right? Like,
thank you.
I know you keep saying you're marketing, but hey, you can have the best project in the world, but if you don't have good marketing and if no one knows about it, no one's going to use it, right? And it's not going to be that great. So marketing's a very, very important role. So you're playing a very important role. Not just for OCIswap, but there it is.
Marketing for our merch.
There you go.
Thank you so much for this great contest, by the way. It was amazing. Absolutely. I'm still struggling to find the best picks for all you great participations. I'm sorry. Participants. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Hard work for Germans.
English is a great language.
So we need to choose the 3 top picks, and that's discussing how hard that is for us.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree, because I've actually was looking through them. There's a lot of cool ones out there, so it's sweet. So who came up with this this new version of the cat?
I think also Marco had the initial idea for the merch store, and he's also the guy with the best idea, I think, for designs and how we,
So Marco's the design guy.
I don't know. He's everything. I don't know.
He's everything. He does it all.
Strategic part, everything. So there's also some people in the back who also creates all that great flyers for us and the designs. I don't know. He's great. He just have good ideas all the time. Also for our airdrops and what we do. Yeah.
So he's heavily involved. And so the contest we're talking about is the one on Twitter. This is just for people who may not know. It was about taking a picture with your OCIswap merch and then tagging certain hashtags. And so that ran from. Is it over now? Is the contest over?
Cool. Yeah, on Sunday. Yeah, so yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And so it ran 1 week. I think so.
There you go.
More or less. Yes,
cool.
we had. I have the text sheet here, so I think it's about 100 valid participations.
Oh, nice.
So also the people who have ordered it in our merch store. So we need to filter all this stuff, and it's still 94. It's hard to choose the best now. But just look for the hashtag top one. Hashtag Radix top one DeFi.
Hashtag Radix Tosh
so you can scroll through Twitter and see all the great people with our merch, great ideas. That's really inspiring.
So that's really cool. You know, like I saw one guy, I think he must have been like a doctor or a healthcare worker of some kind, and he posted the he cropped in the image on it because he said he hadn't gotten his shirt yet or gonna wear it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, people tried.
Yeah, he tried.
But they need a valid order ID number. So
yeah.
Well, you could, exactly, if you want to.
Yeah. So OCI in general, can you explain exactly what OCI is as a company and what exactly they're trying to do? Because I know what a decentralized exchange is, right? So you got like Uniswap, PancakeSwap on like Ethereum type stuff. Is that something similar what you all trying to do, or?
Yeah, sure, but we're actually in the very early stage, so it's not really that company like. So it's a decentralized protocol. So we're building the stuff, of course, and so pre-Babylon, our main goal right now is to spread the word, to get a bigger audience, also spread awareness about Radix in general. So it's not only our goal to get aware of OCIswap. So people, most of the crypto guys still even don't know Radix. So that's also so important for us to have both things in mind. So also for our future airdrops, we try to do some airdrops just for the awareness for Radix. So it's absolutely it's so important at that stage as well. So so that's our first big goal to Babylon. But of course, the AlphaNet starts in, I think, around October this year. So we actually want to be ready on that date when the AlphaNet goes live, so people can play around with it. So it's not the real deal, but people can play with our platform, our infrastructure with back and front, and and we can find some errors and improve things together with the Radix team, but also with our community. So we can learn so many things until Babylon launches, so in Q1 next year. So that's also our second biggest goal, to be ready for that.
That's good.
And of course, what's also important for us is some partnerships. So of course, we try to achieve that goal to be the go-to DEX for Radix on day one. So it's also important for us to have some partners for the liquidity pools, and so we are the biggest one with the biggest pools, so people can trade easily the tokens from A to B, like XRD to OCI, and have all these pools ready with people who giving us the liquidity. So that's also a main goal for us at the moment, to get in contact with those guys.
Yeah. Absolutely, and that's what's and that's the challenge, right? Especially for decentralized exchanges, the liquidity pools is very important. So that I don't know if a lot of people know what like order books are, and bid and sell, right, prices, and so liquidity is a very important aspect of
especially in a decentralized exchange. So there's no real platform like centralized party who provides all that stuff. So you need the people, the decentralized participating on giving their tokens for liquidity. So actually it's even more important to get the word out about OCIswap. So
that's what it's about.
Hope you understand what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. No, I understand perfectly, because so you're trying to get everyone out, because so the goal is to get the word out about OCI, right? And then OCI important. Also get out the word about Radix, right? So there's one thing that I kind of say frequently is it's called the rising tide lifts all ships, right? So Radix is kind of this tide, right? And so we really need Radix to get up there, right, and get the word out about Radix, so that every project within the Radix ecosystem, OCI included, right, can then be lifted up as one of the ships. Because there's a lot of projects out there, and one thing I keep preaching, especially in this market right now, the markets aren't great, right? But that's nothing new, right? I mean, crypto's been around for a long time, and it's not even the crypto market itself that's tanking. It's markets everywhere. I mean, I woke up this morning and the United States, the S&P 500 and the Dow is down another 2% today.
Yeah.
They're entering bear markets.
Every asset, I think. So.
Yeah. So it's just part of the cyclical nature of markets and the economy in general. I mean, we just came out of a rough pandemic, right? That really stifled the growth of the world and global economy. There's a war going on in Europe, right? So there's a lot of issues. Yeah, there's a lot of issues, but the show must go on, as we say in the States, right? And it's something that you just keep building and you keep moving through. And I have no doubt within my mind that within probably maybe 6 months to a year, the markets will be back up on the upward swing. And the people are going to be coming back and everyone's going to be excited and ready to roll, right?
I think it's an amazing time actually to build. So it's a quite silent time. So for me, especially, so people are not that active at the moment in all the social medias of crypto. So sometimes a bit panicky, of course, but most of the Radix people are really chilled, but also quite silent at the moment. So they don't expect that much pre-Babylon. So it's an amazing time to build stuff and to have focus on your stuff. So I think it's quite good for the roadmap of Radix right now. So if Bitcoin would go now approaching like 100K or something like that, everyone would be panicking. Oh no, Radix is not ready. So Babylon is not launched. They are on place 3000 on CoinMarketCap. They missing the tier 1 exchanges at the moment for the native XRD. So now is the time to get these things ready. So in the silence, in the absolute silence.
I agree with you completely.
So for the next run, we can be ready with all that stuff. So we can have some tier 1 exchanges. We can be on page 1 of CoinMarketCap as well. We can have all these things ready. And also build now inside in these.
Build in the silence. Build during the calm. It's the calm before the storm, right?
So we have a huge ecosystem ready for Radix on day 1 for Babylon. It will be blowing up. So like much bigger, like Cardano or some other huge hyped up places.
Like
AVAX, they don't get even a running DEX. Nothing. So but Radix will be ready on the day 1, and they will have amazing ecosystem on day 1.
I agree.
It's like so exciting for me. So even if the price is not appreciating right now, I don't care. It will be at some time. That's great. No financial advice, of course.
Yes. Not financial advice. Talking about just engagement, right? It's engagement, right? So it's not investment. It's trying to get on the platform and get in the protocol and really starting to engage with the community and adopt these applications and actually use them, right? I couldn't agree more with the timing of the market, because I was worried the same thing. I'm like, man, Radix is it's a long way off until smart contracts are live, right? It's still about a year, a little bit less. And so this is, I keep telling people too, I'm like, oh my God, this is actually almost perfect that the market's dipping now, because if it started dipping, say, in December, right, when Babylon's getting ready to go, that would that'd be terrible, right? And so now we have this time to build, start creating during this silence, right? The calm before this kind of big explosion, because I totally agree that I think that once Radix really kind of builds out and Babylon is live and smart contracts are active, there's a flourishing community, and this community is amazing, right? And so that's one of the biggest reasons why I got into Radix, was because well, I heard about it from an influencer, right? And he's a guy that I've been following since 2017. His name's Nicholas Merton. He's a
okay, I know him. Yes, great guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's cool. So I've been following him for a long time because I've been in the space since, I mean, bought my first Bitcoin in 2012, right? Like it was only a couple. I was in university at the time, so like I only had a couple and made like $1,000 or something, you know what I mean? And then forgot about it. And then like 2016, I started really getting back into it because I started hearing about Ethereum, and I was just like, wow, this sounds absolutely fascinating. And so I was super excited about it because in terms of DeFi, right? So I wrote a paper about the mortgage securitization industry. Do you know anything about that?
Once again, sorry.
Mortgage securitization. Yeah. So it's basically you take mortgages, you package them up together, and then you sell stock of them, and then you pay interest.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's one of the things that caused the financial crash in 2008. And so
like
I think
Lehman Brothers and something like that.
The what?
Was it from Lehman Brothers that time, right? So, okay.
They all crashed, and then the market went down big time. How old are you, by the way?
I am 30.
30? Okay, cool. Yeah, 32. So I'm right there with you. Yeah. So it was kind of a wild time. And so I think that decentralized finance and blockchain DLTs, whatever the word you want to use, is going to completely revolutionize it. And I think Radix is going to play a big role in it moving forward. So
definitely.
It's going to be real cool, right? So what kind of obstacles have you had to overcome facing the development of y'all's project?
For the development side of things, I think we have Florian, and he also has tries to build a team around him for the development side of things, and I think he's doing good.
And who's Florian? Just for people.
Florian Pieper. So he's also one of the 4 co-founders of OCIswap, and he's a long-time developer also for other stuff. So self-employed before, and now he's more and more focusing on crypto stuff, especially OCIswap at the moment. So, and the feedback from him is great. So the last update for 0.4 is also, you can now interact with the front end. So the backend and the front end is now possible with the crypto language. So his feedback is like, Babylon is in a very early stage shipped already. So everything is there. And that's also for me. I'm not the developer, but I have not that deep view inside of all that stuff. But it's actually great to get that type of feedback that Radix is definitely on a good track right now, and we can do stuff at the moment after Alexandria. The possibility with the simulator, and also now more and more things are possible to test and to try out. So we started with our first version of the homepage. So we've got listed some Radix tokens as well, but of course it's not all the projects at the moment in Radix try to do some stuff around the fact that smart contracts are not live at the moment, but everyone is getting quite good in it to find some ways what you can do actually at the moment. So that's also some things we think about what we can do with the website at the moment, and maybe people play around with it. And so that's also what's now our next thing. But
cool. I have a question. So is OCIswap, are they gonna be only utilizing Radix native tokens, or is there gonna be some type of cross-chain where you can trade Bitcoin or anything?
No. So maybe later on with partners, we also maybe do some on-ramps for fiat or also other chains. It is maybe possible later on to get some sort of plugin, so connectivity later on, but first we are really focused on delivering the first real Radix-based DEX. So have only supported the Radix native tokens, So that's our main focus.
Okay.
And I think people like DeFi Plaza or Survey are doing good thing with their stuff, with more the focus from the outside. They're coming from the Ethereum and other networks and try to cross-chain it. That's also very important for the beginning for Radix to get more attention from Ethereum guys, from Avalanche guys, and so on, to get them into Radix. That's also very important. Of course, I cheer everybody up who's doing stuff for Radix right now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but our main goal and focus is at the moment to just support the native tokens. Yeah.
The native tokens. That's that's cool though, right? So because it's gonna be, there's interesting. I mean, they're starting to pop up everywhere, right? Like there's getting more and more of these tokens. People are starting to even kind of create their own within the community, because it's actually it's not comparatively to other like protocols like Ethereum or something, right? It's actually relatively easy on Radix to create a native token.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. So, also that we can do some type of so it's already possible right now to create new tokens. So it's great. So also to list those tokens on our website. So have the first real experience how it is maybe after Babylon, and also to support all the smaller projects at the moment. So of course the spotlight is quite for a mile for OCIswap at the moment, or DeFi Plaza, or don't know, Delphi Bets are doing great as well at the moment, or Reddish ecosystem. So they're maybe the most prominent ones at the moment. So, but that's also a great way to support all the smaller teams at the moment, to get some spotlight on them. So it is really hard, you need to imagine. So you need to do some stuff at the moment without any possibility of return, of course, pre-Babylon. So people are actually getting involved right now, are amazing. I cannot say it differently. So they are spending their money, time, effort, everything, and they don't even know what will be in 1 year. So I can just say I thank you so much to all of you, great projects and team members. That's my message.
Man. I agree, and that's I love it, and I think the reason why people, because we're so early, right? I mean, we're still so early, not only to crypto in general and Web3 in general, but to specifically Radix, right? And so I think one of the biggest things about what draws people to Radix is the community, are these projects and these teams of people who believe in this thing, right? Because I mean, I've used Ethereum and decentralized applications on Ethereum, and they're broken. They don't work, right? They're expensive as hell, right? If I want to buy an NFT on Ethereum, I'm spending $50 in gas fees, right? And so it's like, your minimum.
If you have a good day.
What?
If you have a not that crowded day, yes.
Yeah. I mean, they can be cheaper. They can be, but sometimes
it's possible. Yes.
Back in even just a couple months ago, right? It was really expensive to get an NFT on Radix, just because the market was not Radix, on Ethereum, because the market was just crazy. And so one of your competitors, right? So Uniswap. So I've used Uniswap several times before, and I mean, you're paying $30 for gas every time you go and make a trade. So someone who's a mainstream person, say they want to spend $200 on a coin, they have an extra $200, and they're going to a decentralized application like Uniswap, a DEX, and they're paying $30. I mean, to make a return, and then you got to pay $30 to get it out too, right? So that's $60. That's what?
That's crazy.
35%, 30% or something of your overall investment. So you need to make a 30% return just to even get your money.
Break even at, That's crazy.
It is crazy. And so that's why I think a lot of people are so excited about this, because I like using decentralized applications, because it's really cool. It gives you access to these projects that aren't necessarily on the big centralized ones, like the tier ones, like Binance and Coinbase and all that.
So the last one was from Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? So
Bored Ape Yacht Club.
So the last time they've done something on the Ethereum network, it was like $1,400 up for the fees.
Yeah.
So they actually over 100 million in dollars of just gas fees.
Yeah.
For this whole event, what they've done. That's just one single, of course, very popular, yeah. But that's just one single project with one single event at the moment. So you can see it's not really serving DeFi into the future. If you really want to replace or to have some piece of the cake from the threat-free world, you need to be scalable. So scalable without breaking so many things like Ethereum. So they cannot shard into multiple ledgers, and so they have the problem of congestion.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest drives of Radix, right? Is the scalability.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's because not only is there a big barrier of entry, just learning tech to onboard, like say normies, right, for lack of a better term, to onboard these people who aren't in crypto, who haven't used DeFi before, and then you tell them that, oh, by the way, it costs $30 to make an exchange. Sorry, and and your money might get stuck if you don't pay the appropriate gas fees.
And they even did separate fee structure, so it's not even possible on Radix. So there's just for normal Ethereum token transfers, you have some type of fees, and inside the smart contract logic, if you have some swaps or token transfers, there's some other types of fees as well. So that's also some other amazing thing about Radix is everything is natively on this ledger. So the whole logic is not separated in this box, in this black box of smart contracts like an Ethereum. So Radix is everything native right on. So OCI and XRD are living on the same chain or layer. So they are, so that's also quite amazing that it's not the normal way to think crypto at the moment. So so if you think about that, so Radix is doing so many things differently, radically different, like at the moment. So that's also the slogan, of course, and that's also one of the things I'm got so deeply involved in all that stuff at the moment.
Well, I mean, that's what's really cool, right? And so you're thinking radically different. It's time for, I mean, the current Web3, the people who are on it deserve a better platform. And honestly, if Web3 is going to take over, it needs to be fixed, right? And so and Radix is trying to do that, and it's very different, and it's a very different approach than the current approaches that are currently being implemented. So it's going to be really interesting, and I'm personally super excited for Babylon. I can't wait. Are you going to have so when the alpha net for Babylon, you said, is that going live in October? You said, is that
I think so, but it's just speculation, I think, but it should be around that time, so Q3.
So are you is OCIswap going to be starting to implement there? Like, is that where they're going to start building the actual crypto?
Sure. At that moment, you can build everything like on the main net, everything like that. So it's just not with the real tokens. So we're playing around with some on some playground, but it's actually the real deal already. So there are real nodes validating everything is set up like it is the real one.
Wow.
And both sides or all the three sides can actually check, test, play around if everything works. Do you need some fixes? And so we are hopefully very ready for Q1 next year, and everything is fixed and ready to go. I think it's a good way how they want to achieve that now. So not rush these things out, so we all can get safe with it and be sure it's a safe environment and everything is working like expected. So
that's exciting stuff. That's really
Yeah,
exciting
it
stuff.
is. So you also want to get involved in some projects or building some stuff, or
Yeah. What do you mean you want to get involved in this
that
project?
you as a
Oh,
person?
me? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
I'm building I'm building a an NFT project.
yeah,
Um
okay,
and we're gonna have a DAO that's associated with it.
okay.
And so it's called Buff Wild Crew. I don't know if you've heard of it,
Hmm.
maybe.
Twitter, maybe there was
Yeah.
some first announcements, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, we haven't released a whole lot of stuff. We actually just ran the art generator engine
yeah.
on Saturday, and so we
Okay,
generated 10,000 images. I'll share a little sneak peek with you on Discord, just to let you see.
okay.
We're actually going to be launching
Looking
our
forward.
website and launching sales on Monday next week. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'll give you a sneak peek on that.
That's also crazy right now. All these NFT projects are already rising
Yeah.
in this early stage. So
Mhm.
yeah, but there you can see how great this community already is, and people are
It's
even play with placeholder tokens
mhm.
to later on really go to the real NFT
Yep.
version of it. So yeah,
Yeah.
but it's great, right?
It's interesting. I
I,
mean, because
I
we're
like the creativity. Yeah, so
yeah, it's cool, same. And so I the reason why I wanted to do a NFT project was because I went to a conference in Miami, and this guy was sitting there,
mm,
and he was talking on stage. He's like, for those who don't understand what the NFT things are all about, it's about making like this exclusive club and this kind of mastermind community that can allow people to engage with each other and
mm,
help develop further projects and grow, right? Because
yeah,
say you have an NFT like a Bored Ape, right? They cost what, like some of them cost millions of dollars, and so
yeah,
if you own that, that's an immediate proof of funds, right? So it's immediate proof of capital because you have this asset that exists on the Ethereum blockchain that people have valued at XYZ dollars. And then all
yeah,
of a sudden, instead of saying, oh, hey, you have to look at my financial statements, you have to do this or whatever, it's just boom, here it is. This is what I have. I have money, right? And so
yeah.
so it was an interesting concept, and so that's why I really kind of got into Radix and wanted to kind of start building, because like you, I'm not a developer, I'm not a coder, I'm an attorney, right? So I know how to put projects together and how to manage it. So we have a team of 6 people right now,
Mm,
that we've got developers and coders, and then we've got some more marketing guys, community managers, and so it's been a really cool process because, like you said, we're using like a dummy token, right? That
yeah,
is
yeah.
just a placeholder
Mm,
for now, and we're using some Web two, like old school Web two solutions that
mm,
we're slowly going to start implementing and actually make the real things once Babylon's
yeah,
live
yeah.
and the AlphaNet's live. And so so we're gearing up, and we're excited, you know, and so it's fun to
Definitely.
put projects together, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's also the first time for the whole NFT market to really yeah go big on Radix.
Yeah.
So on Ethereum it's really limited.
Yeah,
So
it is.
so for quite an exclusive club,
Uh-huh.
especially if you have to pay fees like crazy.
Yeah,
So it's really limited to some upper class people. I don't know. So
exactly.
on Radix you have the first time the opportunity to really have some sort of market for
Yeah,
everyone. So yeah,
exactly. Right. And so that's
yeah,
what I think the coolest thing is that it's truly it opens the gate for adoption for people who can't, like, I mean, even me, like, I mean, I do well as an attorney, but at the same time, like, these NFTs cost thousands of dollars. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's
I'm like,
crazy. I
you
know.
can't even get in, plus the gas fees just
Yeah,
making one. It costs about 12, almost like, well, I don't know what it is with the present price, but back in January, March timeframe, it was about like $12,000 to implement all the smart contracts and get everything done and minting and doing all the websites and all that stuff just to make a project, right? And that's if you already know all the code, you're the artist, and you have
mm,
everything together and you're doing it all by yourself. right? And so now, and that just goes to fees, right? And so it's crazy. So that's what's so cool about Radix. And I think that's what a lot of people is drawing people to the NFT space on Radix, is because there is this community that's kind of growing and kind of starting to adopt it because it's much more affordable.
Yeah, really looking forward to that.
Yeah,
so that's also a huge asset for Radix later on after Babylon, or even after Cian launch. Yeah, after with the unlimited scalability, and that's game changer, I would say.
Cool. Yeah. So one last question I had for you, and one thing I kind of want to ask is, if you had one thing for whatever listeners are out there listening to us by this point that you could relay to them, what would it be?
One thing. Which topic?
Like one topic, one message, right? Like if you could relay something and let the listeners know, like whatever you want, right? So let's see, what did I write down? What if you have one message you could relay to the listeners?
Yeah, okay, now I get it. I get it. But I think if we stay at the Radix topic, so I see also, especially in the Radix German group, there are many people really getting active, even with minor small ideas. So doesn't sound that special in the first place, but they see the opportunity with Radix to build easy, like with the Radix engine, with scripto language, everything is made for building DeFi applications for the first time. So Solidity and EVM stuff is not really you really need much more experience as a developer and many more things to be aware of, to look for your secure applications and so on. So there are many exploits, and with Radix you don't have this huge trouble in the first place. So I see many people at the moment are also inspired maybe from OCIswap or from DelphiBets. They're also from the German Telegram. So they saw our first approach, and people are just getting active, and they see there is not that big. You don't need that big fund or capital or that crazy idea or to be so deep inside developing. Can just start things, and maybe that's my message today. So if you're so lucky to get involved in Radix that early, just try it out. Get to all the developers sub pages on Telegram, Discord from Radix. Just go inside, ask you questions. They are very helpful people, and also many people are looking for other partners as well. So if you have a good idea, you're not so familiar maybe with developing stuff, maybe you can find someone in the Radix community and build something together. So yeah, I think that's the most important thing at the moment pre-Babylon. So developing, build,
right?
Build stuff. Yes,
absolutely. Well, hey, Lucas, it's been amazing.
Thank you
for coming.
It was my pleasure.
I honestly, when you said you wanted to, you were willing to come on, and I was through the moon. I was like, yeah, let's go. I love talking to you. Yeah. So get some of that gear up there.
All the cats with the rockets, right?
All the cats with the rockets.
Approaching the moon. Yeah.
So it's their OCIswap, the first announced DEX on Radix. They're all over Twitter Space. Check out their Telegram. We'll drop the links below on the YouTube channel, and make sure to check them out. Lucas, thank you, and everyone have a good day.
I have to say one meow, right?
Meow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Peace. Bye.